Yo boys, back with another video, and yes, we're back with Assassination Rogue. Now, Assassination isn't as good as it used to be, but it's definitely still playable since Assassination usually counters ret, so you don't do as much damage, but your shiv is basically all that matters. Your shiv and kidney is all that matters. And then obviously you want to be using your blinds as fast as possible. Now, obviously sometimes there'll be situations where it DR'd, so you have to wait a yard or so, but you want to try to get it out there quick. You don't want to throw it to where you know it's gonna get broke. So like there's no point of throwing a blind out. Like if there's a rat on top of everybody, there's no point. Now the problem is when you're facing a Fistweaver, it's really hard to get those blinds off. So usually you just want to try to sap them and then instantly blind off the sap when you're facing a Mistweaver. The very first game, this guy throws and doesn't even let me get a sap. So this is a Gladiator 3K plus player, and as you can see, he goes in there and doesn't even care about my sap at all. So he just runs up in there and there it is. My sap is gone. The ret waits because obviously he probably has a brain cell and the Mistweaver is clueless, so that's unfortunate. So this banner, I have to kill it because nobody focuses it. And pretty much all we're doing is getting onto the bleed, and as you can see, the Mistweaver is almost dead. So he overlaps his wall and his orb on the same global. Now, I will say this Mistweaver played very, very bad. Like, overall, everything he did was just terrible. But it is what it is. It happens. I mean, 3K rating is a rating to where a lot of people get 3K when the class is the best. Now, I overcome that, and I end up still playing the classes that are not the best. So, like, even if Rogue was unplayable, I'd still play it because that's my main spec. I like playing Rogue. No matter what Rogue, how bad Rogue gets, I'll still play it. I enjoy it. Now, here, I should have just waited for the sap. I trinketed to try to get the sap, but for some reason, my Nelf ratio didn't render. So, it actually just didn't work. So I ended up not getting a sap off the blind. Thankfully, my ret saw that, and he hodged it, which I tried to sap off it again, but I couldn't get it again, so it could have been a nice sap off the good old fash. We end up actually winning somehow with the most OGCC. I actually had a gouge off that, but I don't think it actually rendered in time. But yeah, the Mistweaver basically did not play that good. And then the next match, it's very funny. You guys will see here, and it's not just me saying he's bad just because of that one mistake. But you will see out of this course of this section that he is just I don't know. Sometimes I feel like just some classes are meant to not be in the PvP. So like Mistweaver's a class to where I think fist weaving is a bit too what's the word? I think it's a bit too easy. I think a healer should never be a DPS. So like Disc Priest, there's a reason Disc Priest is terrible, and it is what it is. But yeah, Fistweaver I don't think should actually be in the game. Now I do like the idea of it, but I think I actually end up almost dying here. As you can see, I almost actually die because the rat almost one-shotted me in the opener. Same thing with the Ellie. They actually just put both their bursts together and tried to one-tap me. I end up disarming the Shaman because I panicked because I was just not expecting to die that fast. And as you guys know, I alt-tab targets because I don't have a mouse like that has buttons on it. So I actually don't have enough keybinds to have like a targeting macro yet. So, I ended up just alt-tabbing whoever it was. I disarmed them. And we ended up disarming the Ellie. So by all means, I am not the best rogue in game. Now I am the best rogue in game, but I'm in this current match here. I am not the best rogue in game. You know what I'm saying? But I think we end up going 3-3 or something like that. It's pretty troll. I mean, we won this game by a tab. Like I end up kiting my life out here, so I kite the first death here. I smoke bomb so they can't hit me. So that's one encounter of death. I see him coming to run and rush at me here, so he gets hodged again. So I try to go out there but for a second and end up having to step again. So I'm almost going to die. I can here, and then I start kiting a little bit. I know my guy has, no CDs. I kite again right before I die, so my cheat death rocks. Another kite situation. I end up gouging the ret here for a little bit of wings. If you guys didn't know, wings is a 1-minute CD. Isn't that crazy? I'm actually leveling a ret so I can do, carries for gold because I legit just cannot do carries on rogue anymore. It's just not good enough. Like I can't beat 1400 players. Like it's just not possible. I don't have enough damage to kill him in a shadowy duel. Like I actually can't kill anybody. It's crazy. Like even if they have 0 cooldowns, even if they're under geared, I'll try my hardest and it just will not work out. We end up actually killing him here with the Warrior's big damn judge. He ended up hitting the hardest damage ever. So the Mistweaver ends up calling the Ellie bad, and look how this guy dies. This is why I'm calling him bad. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. So this guy, as you can see in the chat here in a second, he says he's bad. So he says, so bad, Ellie, he says. And then watch what happens the very next second. And he didn't have anything to say after this. Look what happens. And this is why you don't talk trash in solo shuffle. Even me. So obviously I've been suspended for 7 days. So if I say you're bad, that's technically me getting banned. That's a bad word for Blizzard. You know, that's how it is. So I try to keep it on the low key. He ends up bannering my kidney. Now the problem with this is I should have just sapped knowing he was gonna banner and then wait for the banner. The thing is I don't know if my teammates would actually kill it because they didn't kill it last time. So my guy dies in the opener. It doesn't click a single cooldown on every single CD in the game. So he just dies. I don't know. So you know it is what it is. So he died in the opener without clicking a single cooldown to trade. And as you can see, he's a current Glad. So he's a current Glad, and he did not click a single CD. So this is what I'm talking about. It's crazy. So Gladiator doesn't mean if you say Glad mount, just pretend that they're playing the most broken thing, and that's how they got Glad. Just like in Shadowlands, when I played RMP when I was actually good, that's how I got Glad. And I wouldn't say we were the best back then, but we were definitely good enough. Like we did setups and everything. We played solid. We weren't like some Zug comp that just went in there and trained a target. Like what I'm doing now is I'm just like sitting on the target. That's Assassination. I'd rather play RPS than RMP. It's a lot easier and it's more like casual. We can just sit there and do unhealable damage the entire game. I don't really have to CC at all. I can just like sap blind and that's it. And then obviously just the fear on the ghost and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm gonna end up trying to push rank 1 for Assassination Rogue. Right now currently I'm 31-33. I was 32-87, but then I dropped down. I actually just rage queued a long time ago, and I went down to 2900. And now I'm back up. Then I went back down. Now back up. So I'm just gonna gain like 50 points and then just call it a day. So I'm just gonna try to gain as little points as I can without actually losing points, because there's so many rets right now. As you can see, we almost killed this guy in the opener again because of my gouge. So that's why gouging is so important. So whenever you're bursting somebody and somebody's getting low, just go for that, Night Elf or the Vanish Gouge, and I promise you'll either kill them or you will, as you can see, get every cooldown. Obviously, I traded my Nelf. That's a good thing about being a Night Elf. But in the next season, when trinkets aren't going to be in the thing, Orc racial is going to be the best racial. So every rogue is going to be going, everyone's going to be going back to Orc pretty much. So everyone that can go to Orc. So because the racial is going to be broken, you're going to have 4-second kidneys as a rogue, which is hopefully they don't put the change in. I highly doubt they will. As you can see, he dies here without clicking wall or his infused magic or port. So has yet to click a single cooldown again. And then that's how it goes sometimes. It happens. I mean, sometimes it is what it is. I think here is where I got the lucky blind to where the rat actually didn't break it. He actually saw it and we actually won off of it. We got a full blind basically, and then we just chunked down the HP of that guy. But yeah, I've been working on a lot of stuff, a lot of characters, and I've seen my YouTube going down a lot. And I've also seen like Naj's YouTube going down. He used to get like 7 to 9K a video. Now he gets like 1K to 2K. So I think WoW in general is just all the casuals are just quitting, and they're either going to like the forest. They're just taking a break pretty much. I think they're just waiting for the ret nerfs, and then after that, the game will be solid. I think if rets get nerfed and solo keys can get better Q timers, I mean they've gotten decently better, but they're definitely still pretty bad. Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes is still way too long. Obviously, the fix to this is making every healer broken. I mean, healer's fun. Let's be honest. Healer in general is fun. It's just when you're not able to actually heal. Like when you're clicking buttons and they don't actually heal, that's when it's not fun. I think healing in general is actually pretty fun, in my opinion. When I play it, I actually enjoy it. Now, obviously, I'm in blue gear on my characters. I haven't done any solo queue. I've done a few on like Resitor and stuff back then, but I think healing in general is actually not bad. I just think whenever you're trying to heal somebody and you're not able to actually heal them, no matter what you push, that's when there's a problem. Obviously, if it's super high dampening, it is what it is. But like when you're just starting out and somebody has sharpen on somebody and you legit cannot heal the damage, that's when there's a problem. I end up kinning off the Hosh here to try to kill him because this guy legit does not click buttons. So I figured we would have just killed him in a stun, but the warrior ended up intervening all the damn. So God tier warrior. And pretty much, I actually ended up sending the blind here, which was pretty funny because I honestly thought it would break. That's why I was never going to blind him. I was just going to hold it for the game because there's no point of blinding. I might as well just triple bleed and just kidney. So here I get another kidney. We get trinket. Now I can blind him. So I end up bleeding the other people here because I know he's on the Ellie, and now I'm going to blind him. He bubbles. I'm gonna blind, and we end up absolutely destroying this guy. And we end up getting a full blind there, and it ends up breaking last second, but it's too late. And as you can see, sometimes the blinds can come in good handy, especially if you have somebody that doesn't break the blind instantly. So we end up getting a solid blind off the trinket, and there's nothing he can do about that one. But yeah, I've seen the content going down very, very fast, and it does suck because like my YouTube just started popping off this expansion, and of course something has to go wrong in Blizzard and WoW to where everyone just quits right when I'm starting to pop off. But I am never gonna give up. Trust me. I'm going to keep uploading, keep pushing, because when the game gets good again, I will still be here, and you guys will respect my authority. You understand what I'm saying? Understandable situation. But anybody actually watching the full videos of my YouTube, I do appreciate you. Obviously, um, my content's not the greatest. When I post, this frequently, I can't really do quality content. It's more like I just post to, just do what I can. But because obviously I don't have enough time to make quality good videos of like, maybe a video every other day and having like a good actual video like everyone else can. I kind of just go with the flow. If I do something, I upload it, and if you guys like it, you like it. If you don't like it, it is what it is. I'm basically just doing, you know, just I don't really see my YouTube popping off into the future when the game is actually good, which will be a long. I don't know when it's gonna be. Even if it's not even good, even if it's just solid, then I'm chilling. But yeah, I'm gonna be pushing for rank 1, and I'm also gonna be pushing for Glad soon. I got my mage's gear almost full, so then we can start playing RMP and start just pushing for the Gladiator. So we'll have some threes content coming up in the future. We're just gonna find some random priest. But as you can see, we end up getting a 4-2 situation, get an insane kill. And since I didn't edit out the rest of this video, we're going to talk here and sit here for the next 10 seconds, and we're going to have a moment of silence. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for the algorithm like usual. And I will see you guys the next time. Peace, peace.